Hi, what's going on, guys? Big Red Boy in here. Figured today we will do the foot of our Velociraptor. This is part 2. So, first off, again, we're using Petrobond. Now this one is going to have to be casted a little differently. As you guys see, I got the flask starting out upside down. So what we want to do is we just want to fill in the bottom layer to start. Okay. We don't want to overly pack it down, but okay, so just like that. And now what we want to do is just grab a bunch of just Petrobond and just ball it up on top like so. Okay, just like that. Okay. Okay, so we have like a mountain, you know, and then what we want to do is we want to grab our powder and powder our mold. So just like this. Okay, just brush this up really good. Okay, and now what we want to do is just place our claw on top and push down as far down as we can go. We are gonna break up the sand quite a bit, and that's okay because that's what we want, right? So kind of like that. And now we're gonna go a little further down and just press it. We want to make sure it's a good impression. So like this. And then we take our tool here and we just do a little scraping, get rid of a lot of this excess. Just like so. Just do this roughly. Doesn't need to be perfect right now. Right now we are just trying to find our mold in the sand. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just packing it all down nicely. Make sure we are packed in there good. And now what we want to do is we just want to scrape away any of the sand that is on the top of our foot and along the sides, because we want this to come out as smoothly as possible without pulling out any sand or very less sand. And again on this side, same deal. Just want to and if you grab our brush here, we can brush away some of the loose stuff just to kind of get an idea where we're at. Okay. So, and we just want to, again, just push and pack it in really good along the sides, like so. Under the claw, we want to make sure that it's as firm as we can make it without breaking it, right? Now we want to clean out this top hole because we are going to need that later on. So Okay. what we want to do is just, first of all, we'll clean our tray. That way you guys can kind of see a little better what I'm doing. So now that we got the claw on there, what we want to do is we just want to kind of wiggle it. See where we're going to pull sand. So I already see that we're going to pull sand on this back side. So what we want to do is just take out that little bit of sand there. Okay. And then give it another wiggle. So we're going to pull a little bit here so we can get rid of that. Okay. And just keep wiggling it, wiggling it, wiggling it. Now what we're after is we just want to be able to remove the mold as easy as we can without pulling as much sand as possible. So, okay, so as I see, we have already pulled some sand here, so let's go ahead and get rid of that sand and get rid of that there. We got some more here we can get rid of. Okay. So just like that. So now that we've removed it and it looks good for the most part, we can place our mold back into place like so. Okay, so that's what we want. Looks good. Okay, now what we want to do here is just make sure this edge here is clean, because this is where our molds are going to attach, right? So just make sure that's nice and cleaned off. This way, both sides of our flask stick together. Get rid of that chunk there, and just like that. And brush off any loose stuff that we may have. Okay, so now that we got that part, we can empty our tray once more. So as you guys see it, okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to add some powder on top of that. Okay, make sure you add enough. Okay, and we're just going to pat it down gently without disturbing our sand if possible. Like so. And brush off as much as the powder as you can. Don't want to brush off too much though. Okay, I think that's good. And just give it a little blow. Just like so, okay? Now, part two, we add on our flask. Make sure and to push it down a little bit. So what we want to do is just make sure that, so as you see there, we got that hump that's still there. So take that off and just push down a little further your mold. So okay. Like that. So let's see if we can remove this. Now Okay. Blow off any of that stuff there, any of the loose stuff. Place our mold back in once again. Okay. So. Place our top on. Oop, other way. And again, make sure we are good to go. Still feel a little of the hump. I think we'll be alright. So now what we do, take this back off quickly. Add a little more powder. Just don't want it to stick, right? So just on where the area of the mold is, powder it up. Really good. Just like so. Okay. Alright. So we have the top. Let's add in some more sand. First we're going to go around the claw. So we just want to gently, not with too much strength, just gently pack it around it. Make sure we get in to all the crevices of the mold. Okay. Then we just finish filling it up like so. And now we pack it down really good. We can grab our roller here and just roll it. Okay. So just like that. Okay. And then, because normally I'd scrape the top of this, but because that claw is a little poking out, all we're going to do is just clean up that, just like so. Okay. Just like that, guys. Okay, and then we're going to pull this off, just like so. Okay, so as you guys see, that whole bit there just came off. That's okay. It's okay. No big deal. So what we want to do is we just want to pull it out gently, like so. Okay. And then we're going to add this part back onto there. Very carefully. Try not to break it. So as you guys see there. Okay. And then just like so. Okay. And then just to kind of go back in to measure it up, just want to make sure we got everything lined up good. So we are looking okay. So let's pull back out our mold very carefully, like so. Give it a little, you know. And okay, so now what we want to do is we want to put our pour spout So where are we going to put our first spout? Well, that's, you know, by looking at the mold sitting like this, you know, we'll probably put it on the heel. Okay. Like right there. Looks good. So I'll just poke that through to the other side. Grab our other tool here and just make our funnel. Just like so. Okay? And then bring this back around. Poke that back through again, just gently. Not that you guys can see what I'm doing, I apologize, sorry. But, alright, so we got our sprue hole. We can move the mold off to the side now. Now what we want to do is we want to add in some vents, right? So instead of venting out, we're going to vent through. So we'll add one here, the tip of the nail, like so. We'll add another one through the tip of this nail, like so. And then we'll add a third through the tip of the nail on this one. Now, but before we pull that out, want to make sure what sand has broke, we replace and just pull that through like so. Take off any excess. Looks good. Okay. Now, if done right, this should fit together nicely. Piece came off. Not good. So that's okay, we can put it back though. Okay. Alright, so I'll be back once I pour that. I'm not sure if that's going to come out, but we'll find out together, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back. Let's see how we turned out. So, as I always say, the sand tells a story. But, well, let me just get this flask out of the way and we'll have ourselves a look-see. Alright, let's see how we did, shall we? So let's just knock some of this off the sprue. Okay. Let's see how we did. Alright, so by looking at it, I think we got a good specimen here. So just to kind of as a comparison, you guys can see that. I think we are good. We got a little bit of flashing over here and inside, but not bad. Something we can definitely clean up. Let's look at the thickness of the claws. I think we're good there. So I think we, all in all, we got a good piece. A little bit of cleanup work, and she'll be good to go. So that's part 2, guys. I appreciate everybody coming and watching the video and the build, and stay tuned for part 3. Keep stacking, guys.